Hi everyone, this is Aarti here from One Little Dreamer. I am here today to share a project with you guys. It's another box that I made, and I don't know how many of you have seen this paper pad called Antiquity. It's from Hobby Lobby, and when I saw it, I knew that I had to have it. I mean, look at the soft colors on it, and it has like these really gorgeous prints. A lot of it's mostly background paper, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's got all these soft damasks, polka dots, and it's all cream and beige, which is like perfect for all your shabby chic projects. And I like working with white and creams a lot, so this was, a no-brainer for me. I just had to have it, and look at that. So if you guys don't have this yet or haven't seen it yet, I'd suggest that you go and grab it. Um, this is one of my favorite sheets right there. I mean, for cards and I mean, pretty much anything. It would really go. This, I'm not sure what I would use these for, but I'm sure there's something that we can think of to do with them. And look at that. So pretty. These are the sheets that I cut up and used. That's another sheet that I don't know what I would do with, but well, I guess you can think of something. Okay, so now let me show you the project. This is a box that I altered. I got the box from Joann's, I think, and it's one of those boxes that come without the hardware, which I really like because then I don't have to like remove it or worry about painting over it and stuff. Um, Let me show you what I did to the box. The first thing, of course, that I did was I painted it a cream color, and then I papered it because even though this matches the paint that I used, I wanted something to come between the paint and the lace that I was going to put on it, because a lot of the lace that I used on it was transparent, and this one, because it's a frilly lace, you could see the inside, so I had to paper it. So then I went around the box with this. This is the 3-layer ruffle trim that I have in my store. A lot of the items that I used are from my store or from racks and stuff. I went around it after papering it, and I just went around it, and then I used some of this trim. This is this trim that I have in the store, and it's this gorgeous blingy flat back trim. So it goes well with this, because on the top of this trim, if any of you own it, you'll see that there is a threading going around where it's been sewed to keep the 3 layers together, and I just didn't want that to be visible, so I went around and put this on top. And then on the top of the lid, I used this cotton lace, which was given to me as a rack by Natasha, who is Natasha's Scrapbook Corner, and I think she's my Nushka on YouTube. But this is this gorgeous, I mean, look at how pretty that is. And when you see it, it doesn't look like much, but the minute you place it on a project, it just, it's just so beautiful, and you can see it on the project. It doesn't even need to be embellished. It's just, perfect for what I needed it for. And what I did around the top was I used these I cut up pieces from this trim. I cut these up. I love using these as individual flowers, and cutting them up and using them as flower centers and stuff. So I cut a couple of them. I wanted it to look like the top of a drawer or a box or something, and I just used a very thin vintage lace that I have. I just made a bow with it, and I used the blossom dangle trim here, and I wanted some sort of movement along the top, and I wanted the person receiving it to have something to hold on to open the box. So I used this, and you can see how it let me get back in the frame. Let me bring it closer so it'll focus, and you can see how they have these little tassels. So what I did was, this is the trim that I used, and I cut along the center so that this little piece hangs, and I trimmed off these. So you just see the flower and the two dangly things next to it. If you have an end piece, you'll be able to see how it dangles. So that's what I did with that. Along the top, what I did was, if any of you follow me on Facebook or are friends with me on Facebook, you'll be able to see I used this was a flower that I had posted a few days ago. I had made it using all the various doilies that I had, and I used some bridal appliques, wedding dress appliques on it. Let me see if it'll focus. Okay, so I used some bridal appliques in between the layers. I, did various layers of lace, and I did bridal appliques, and I used doilies, and I used a shabby flower on the top, and I used a little doily. This is one of the really popular doilies that I had, which is this one. It's this dimensional doily, and I used one of these little centers. I just placed a little flower in the center, and voila, I had the center of my flower. Now, for the last layer of this flower, I used the same trim, and this actually is a 3-layer trim. So what I did was, because it was so wide, I cut off the bottom layer, and I just used 2 layers. And the last layer that I had, I just ruffled it up and placed it at the bottom of this flower. Along the top of the box, I didn't do much. It looks like a lot, but all I did was I placed this flower, I placed some of these little swingy not swingy, swirly blings on it, and I used these little leaves. This came from another wide trim that I have. It's an applique lace, and I cut up some of these leaves, these netted leaves, because I thought it matched perfectly with the flowers. So I cut up a couple of them, and I used it one over here and one over here, and I went over it with little flat back pearls, the same flat back pearls that I used along these. And then this is the leaf lace that I used to carry that I don't have stock of anymore, but I used this along, just to cover up this little blank space that I had over here. And along the 4 edges, I used these 10 mm flat back pearls. These are, I got these from Emma, who is, I think her store is called M's Emporium, and I use these for, I'll provide the links below for you guys to, if you guys want the same items. These are like, and she sells them very cheap. You get like 100 for a couple of dollars. So I had bought, a couple of 100 flat back pearls, because, you never have too many flat back pearls. So I used these here and along these edges. And along the sides, I didn't want to cover up this gorgeous lace, so, and plus I already had quite a lot going on at the bottom, so I just added a little focal point along the front and the back, and that's it. And on the inside, what I did was I just papered it. I didn't want to over embellish it, because I wanted the box to remain usable, and this is a gorgeous printed paper that is part of that same line. So I just cut it to size and I placed it on the inside. On the bottom, I just left it flat and just added paper, and I'm going to add my handmade by stamp here. So that is what I did. I hope you like the project, and oh, and I also made a card to match. Well, it doesn't really match, but I still, decided to make a card. This is one of those corrugated cards that you get at Michael's, and this is one of the decoupage pieces, the Gorgeous Girl decoupage sheets that you get. I got it, I think, from one of the D-Stash sales that Memory Making Crafts had. I used it is a little framed piece, so I went along the frame with some crocheted lace that I had found at let me focus in, that I found at Joann's. And then this little piece here, this crochet lace, is also from Natasha's Scrapbook Corner. And so I just went around. It was really simple. I just went around it. This is paper from romance novel, that is the Prima paper pad, and I used some flat back pearls. I used some, okay, it's not focusing anymore, and there you go. And then I just used the same lace and those little flowers, and I didn't do much. It was a really quick card and it was easy and it came together on its own. And then I just used one of the mini shabbies, the mini shabby flowers over here in the nude color, and I used a little doily that I had, a small doily that I had under the flower, just to, you know, have it tie in with this lace that I have over here. So I hope you like my projects for today, and I hope the person receiving it likes the projects. And I'll see you guys again with another project really soon. Bye!